Hello out there, comic book lovers. It is Friday. So you know that means I'm doing my Friday night reviews. I am going to take three comics from the previous Wednesday, so the three what I thought were the best, and do a review of them. And then I'm going to take the one that I liked the least. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, but it's the one that I liked the least. And check it out. Well, hello, comic book fans. It's Friday night. You know what that means. Let's get started with the book that I liked the least this week, which is kind of odd because of the 5 books I picked up this week. 4 of them, 4, were blind buys. And every single one of them are in this. The one book that I pick up normally isn't in my least favorite or favorite books this week. So, let's go with the one that I liked the least this week, which would be Witchblood, number 1. It's published by Vault Comics. It is created by Matthew Erman, E-R-M-A-N, and Lisa S-T-E-R-L-E, Sturl. I'm assuming that means they wrote it as well. Colored by Gab Contreras, C-O-N-T-R-E-R-S, and lettered by Jim Campbell. Now, we have something in the back here that gives a basic breakdown of it. This is chapter 1. You'll have to go sideways. A modern Wild West road trip about a witch named Yona cruising the Southwest as a band of bloodthirsty biker vampires, the Hounds of Love, hunt her scattered coven for the source of all magic, Witchblood. Now, this is one of the things about picking up a book by the title and possibly the cover. Even though I'm not a really big fan of this cover, what is on the cover sort of intrigued me. You got vampires, and of course, the one person who isn't a vampire, I'm assuming by the title, is a witch. Turns out I was right. Starts out top here. Once upon a time, you have Yana on her motorcycle with her crow that she talks to, riding down the road, and she gets run off the road by an SUV, crashes her bike, and she's talking about she had been talking about going and getting money from people because she was out of money, and now she wants to get the person who ran her off the road to pay for her bike. Okay, that actually makes sense. You know, someone runs you off the road, you're going to want to find them and say, hey, pay for my shit. And she gets into this little town, finds the woman, and it turns out that the woman who ran off the road is some sort of a bounty hunter doing stuff. And then all of a sudden, after a big fight between the two of them, because she's after witches, a bunch of vampires show up. They're motorcycle vampires, and they can come out during the daytime as long as they make clouds come out and make it dark. And they're after her for her coven and the coven's blood, and it was kind of hard to follow, and it was very kind of, to me, uninteresting. It was a different perspective on it. I mean, it is sort of a Western type of vampire thing, though we have seen that in one of my favorite vampire movies, Near Dark. But this, Near Dark was much better. I wasn't down with it. I mean, the dialogue was not good. The motivations weren't good. There's just... none of the characters were kind of interesting because, the main character, she's kind of a bad person. And, I like movies that have, bad characters in there. I mean, look at Reservoir Dogs. Most of the people in there are bad, but at least they're interesting. This is a bad character who is not interesting. Any of them. None of them, to me, are interesting. And it just... no. So, this was a bad thing for me to get. Add the story not being that good, and the art didn't help. I'm going to have to give this... I'm going to give this a 1.5 out of 5. Just because... So, did you get it? What did you think? Let me know if you think I'm right or wrong on this. And like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your comics.